Recently I had a conversation with my friend, and because I quit everything, I'm starting over. So be it. And I was really wanting to figure out where passion lies, right? So I was talking to him about my idea, for example, being a VIP tour at Universal Studio. It's pretty fun, right? And I'm an actor, so it makes sense. And he said, you know what, man, these jobs don't pay well. Um, Totally agree. But then I was telling him I don't want to go back to do accounting again, sell my soul in exchange of money. And he told me, you know what, Chandler, I already accept the reality that this has got to be my life until I die. This is all I can do. It really hurts my feelings because everyone must, and everyone definitely, absolutely has something there that they feel passionate about, they feel excited about. It's our obligation to find that fulfillment. Because we only live one life, YOLO, right? So today, I wanted to share a story about the founder of the company Nike, Phil Knight, with you guys. So I got this book, Shoe Dog. Haven't finished it, but I dig into the part talking about his experiences back in accounting firm. Okay, and I did some research on YouTube and internet about him, and he was doing some interviews with Stanford students, and then he had a speech at a graduation ceremony at Stanford as well. Because in my head I was like, okay, is it just like everyone else? He started off as an accountant and then later on he figured out that's not what I want, so he switched to do something different, right? But it's very interesting. Actually, it's completely different. So back in Stanford, he was an MBA student, and in last semester he was taking a class, entrepreneurship class, and he met a professor, wonderful man, who inspired him to be an entrepreneur. And he wrote a research paper, and his idea was, coming from his own life, he was a runner. He had a passion for running, and he knows that how important shoes are for runners. So that's his crazy idea. How do you have the best shoes in the United States? And after graduation, he went on a trip to Japan because back then Japan is dominating the shoe market. And I don't know how he pulled this off, but he got a deal from a Japanese company, and the Japanese company agreed to let him import shoes from Japan to America. So that's the story. He got a deal, and then he went back to the States. Okay, now what? He's waiting for the shoes to ship from Japan to the United States, but he needed money, right? He cannot just sit there. But he doesn't know what to do. And he talked to his dad referred him to someone, and that person suggested to him, hey, you should get a CPA license, because once you get a CPA license, even in the future you don't want to do accounting, hey, you don't have to go backwards. Do that. And he said, okay, you know what? I'm going to do that. So he took classes in order to be eligible to sit for the CPA exam. And in the meantime, while he's studying for the exams, he was working at two different companies. One is, I don't remember the name, but it's one of the big 8 accounting firms back then. Now it's big 4, right? And later on he switched to PwC as an auditor. So he worked his ass off at PwC 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, and he was getting up early, staying up late, and working on weekends to support his own business. But still he feels like there's not enough time that he wanted to run the business, because that's his passion project, right? So he just kind of quit from PwC, and he went on to teaching as a professor at a university, so he can have more time back, so he can keep doing his own business. And until the business is having enough income to cover everything, he just quit everything and go all in as an entrepreneur. There's a couple of things really stood out to me. First of all is that he had great mentors in his life that inspired him to even think about starting a business, because he knew back then, he mentioned in this book, 26 out of 27 new businesses would fail. But what if I could make this crazy idea work? The rest of my life, I'll be super passionate about it. It will be so meaningful to me. So having a great mentor, number one, is very important. Find a mentor in your real life. And number two, he mentioned this at the graduation ceremony at Stanford. When you graduate, actually it doesn't matter. Your goal is not to look for a job or a career. You need these two things to survive, for sure. But really the starting point is searching your callings. What excites you, right? Phil was passionate about running. He was a runner. See, all the business idea relates to his personal life. And I personally believe that there's something that we all have that excites us. But it's just a matter of where are they? Have we ever paid enough attention to these little moments back into our life? That's what I'm doing, starting to, with Simon Sinek, start with why, figure out my why, looking back into my past life trajectory to figure out a pattern, right? So I think these are the two biggest things kind of stood out to me. So last but not least, I really hope you guys don't give up. I really hope that, there's so many CPAs, accountants around the world on YouTube. I really hope that for those who once upon a time you were an accountant, but now you're not doing accounting anymore, you're actually enjoying a different career, or you're a business owner, please comment on this video. Share your stories so more people can see this is actually possible. So I really hope that, a lot of accountants out there, don't just kind of settle for the rest of your life for the job security only. Find something different. Because at the end of the day, when you die, the regrets, that's literally that's the worst thing you don't want to deal with compared to just kind of fail at something. All right, guys. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next video.